What's up guys, Peter here from Reviews on Anything, and today we're having a look at a heavy-duty gym product. These are the pro-level cotton lifting straps with neoprene wrist pad support and silicone grip enhancement. It's a whole mouthful. By a company called Grip Power Pads. Now, we've reviewed products from Grip Power Pads before. I'll link a few in the description below. And the sort of overall theme with products from this company is quality. And to be honest, these are no exception. Let's go over them real quick and then we'll dive into the details. First of all, they boast their length. They're 24 inches long, which as you can see is quite long. And if you compare that to one of their competitors, for example this strap from Harbinger, you can see it's significantly longer. And the other thing they boast is the 2-inch width of the straps, which again, as you can see, is significantly wider than the competition. Nice and brightly red colored. There's a bit of silicone here in the writing that actually it doesn't only look good, I suppose, but it also aids grip and traction. So when you wrap this around your bar, this actually helps you to hold on to the wrap and the weight tightly. Moving on, there's a bit of rubber padding here with some branding. Nice touch is the right, as you can see on the other one, left indication of the strap, which is handy, I suppose. And then on the other side, nothing to see here. There's a little loop, obviously on the end, to make the wraps go around. And there's some padding here on the inside. Now these, like I said before, are heavy-duty straps. Definitely not something for a beginner. There's other products for those kind of people, but this is something for almost professional level weightlifters, powerlifters, maybe even strongman, people that do strongman, because of their size, their thickness, their heaviness. They're clearly aimed at a more professional audience. Now, going over the features, like I mentioned before, the writing here is a sort of a grippy silicone, which will actually help you grip the bar better. You can imagine that as this sort of wears in, it gets, it doesn't get crushed, but it gets a little bit smoothened by the weight that you're using. So it's actually quite nice to have this extra little bit of grip going on. Not on the inside though. On the inside only have this piece of padding. Now I'm not too impressed by this, to be honest. It looks a bit flimsy. It's not, you know, it's done properly, but it's not very visually appealing. In comparison, if you look, you can see it on the video, at this one from Harbinger. Obviously it's much smaller and also not as thick, which, you know, makes a big difference, but it's done with just a few rows of sewing, and it looks better and it makes a more smooth surface. This is, you know, it's indented pretty badly here, and it just doesn't look good. Also with the little cotton here coming off. So that's, you know, not too cool. On the other side though, the branding here, I suppose, it's not strictly necessary. It doesn't serve any kind of purpose, but it does look good. Then you have a little piece of rubber here indicating which way the strap goes. Now on the one hand that is a good idea, because, you know, you can, you know, which hand it goes on. On the other hand, it's pretty pointless, because it all depends on if you loop it like this or if you loop it like this. Let me show you. If you loop it like this, it says right, but it's clearly for the left, because the strap always has to go between your thumb and your index finger. So then, you know, it's pointless. And if you loop it the other way, then yes, it does work, because then the strap goes the other way. But for the audience where it's lifted at, the seasoned lifter, the serious power lifter, I suppose the left-right indication is not really necessary. Now the straps themselves are incredibly functional. The width especially provides you with an extremely good grip, and the length at 24 inches, you know, there's no bar thick enough that this doesn't get around. You can wrap it 2-3 times depending on the size of the bar. So that's definitely an advantage, and there's no way that you cannot get a secure grip out of this. The thing I don't like in general about straps with a loop like this is that when you put them on, obviously you have to pull them to make them tight around your wrist, because you want to transfer part of the weight from your hand to your wrist, which is great, but it does mean that your skin here will get caught up in the loop, which is not very nice. The silicone padding here does a great job at protecting your wrist at the top part, but there's no protection for your wrist here at the bottom part. Besides that, the tighter you put it on the bar, the tighter it will go around your wrist and around the sort of sensitive skin on the inside of your wrist. So there is definitely a trade-off between tight grip and tightness here, because you can only go so tight before your hand starts to lose blood circulation. That's why I prefer these kind of straps, coincidentally by the same company, but they actually have a padded cuff that goes around your wrist that you tighten at will here, and it doesn't go any looser or tighter depending on the looseness of tightness of the actual strap. So personally I prefer these, but I can imagine if you're a serious powerlifter or a serious weightlifter or strongman competitor, that these straps are the way to go. I'm not too sure that those kind of people actually need the neoprene, but it's a nice touch and gives you a little extra padding and a little extra cushioning, so it is more comfortable for sort of longer sets and more lifting over time. These straps don't come in cheap, but like I've mentioned in previous videos, you definitely get what you pay for. These will last forever. They won't break. There's nothing to break. They're strong as hell, and they look good, and they will definitely get the job done. And if you're serious about weightlifting, serious about the weights that you're actually pushing, you can't go wrong with these. They're so sturdy, they're so good, they're flexible. Even if you sweat, by the way, because it's cotton, they won't get slippery. So it is really all you want in a lifting strap. If you're on a level that you can actually justify this kind of strap, then this is the way to go. This was a quick look at these straps. This was Peter from Reviews on Anything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!